So here we go, we're on Google Earth and I drew a line from Area 51, as you can see up here. Zoom in a bit. And, I just made it in this area at least because you might not be able to see on here because it's not 3D, but that grey thing there, it's like a big mound, it sticks up. You can see it on one of my previous videos. It looks like the entrance to a possible underground base of some sort that goes underneath. So I placed the marker there, because actually you can kind of see a possible entrance where it's dark there. So just imagine that could be some kind of tunnel. Put the marker there, straight line all the way down. Okay, just scroll all the way down to the outer skirts of Las Vegas where Nellis Air Force Base is. As you can see here, here's the runway. Okay. The reason why it's interesting is the key locations which appear near or right on the line of this yellow one. And we go to the middle, you've got Mojave Canyon. Now, although the line looks a bit wonky, it is a straight line. It's just because it's going over, mountaintops, so it looks messy. But when we zoom in, that line, you want to call it a boundary line, it's almost right on top of the Mineshaft, where that brown mark is. It's at least very near to it. And then past that, we move on a bit further over Wild Horse Pass. Not too far away from the yellow line, to the left, towards Picture Canyon, you've got the covered cave, the one Sean supposedly found within this area or so. Opposite is a cave with eyes. Don't worry, I'm not getting confused there. I'm using it as a descriptive feature to describe the cave. You call it cave, it's so generic and boring. You got to have key titles for key locations so it's easier to refer back to, okay? So you got that there. Possibilities of an entrance, claims by Sean and other people. Okay, it goes in. Let's say it goes inwards. Where does it lead to? Well, you got a big mound here, haven't you, which is, I guess, a mountaintop, smaller one of it. How deep could it go? Look at it from the side angle. It could go in so far. It could go a bit deeper, possibly. Where would it go from there on? Well, it's just mountains upon mountains, so it could go left, up this way, underground, and maybe drop back down. Maybe that's too far-fetched, but it's trying to get an idea, an understanding of what other people are claiming and suggesting. But it is interesting how the line from Area 51 all the way to Nellis, and it's right, and this location's right in between it all in terms of the straight line. I mean, you could put the argument across and say, well, all you have to do is move this line a bit further to the right, like here. And then the same with Nellis. Where is it? The same with Nellis over here, move that a bit more to the right. And then it would mean the items in between here, the line wouldn't go through directly. So then it would make it invalid. You want to be realistic and give a different perspective. But, even before this marker, the yellow line, there was discussions, people wondering, is there tunnels around? Could that be the causation of the vibrations of the M cave? Or could it be the Mineshaft? Because, you zoom in here, with the Mineshaft, a few people said about tunnels. Jeff Clark, in brief, talked about tunnels. He was trying to find them. I think that's one of the main reasons why he went there, aside from the M cave, to look for tunnels, because maybe there was entranceways or filled in, blocked within the Mineshaft. And from what's been said, possibly. What another point that was mentioned, and it might not really help in the case because of who they are, but the fake Robin suggested that there was a secret entrance. I know it's a lever, a button or something that activates the opening of a tunnel, which then leads on to wherever, whatever. Who knows? My opinion, I mean, you never know. There could be a tunnel somewhere. I don't know about the possibility of it reaching from the Mineshaft all the way to a military base, because there's a lot of distance in between. But, you know, you get it at times, other places, locations where there might be one building and then across the street or across the motorway there might be another building, and they go underground to get from one side to another. That happens, that exists. So could it exist here? I mean, you got the Channel Tunnel where cars go under to travel quite a bit of distance. It happens there. So you might get some long underground tunnel in the desert as a easier, quicker way of getting around from location to location, possibly. But is it exactly in this area? That's the question. You can leave a comment down below, give your opinion. As I said, it's a viewer requested video about the discussion of tunnels. The only thing I will refer back to, as described in my 3D video of Area 51, this was a key point of interest. It did look interesting the way it was shaped, the construction of it. If there was a tunnel there, it could lead to something. As for Nellis, depends. We kind of looked at that at one video previously to do with Frenchman Mountains, Sunrise Mountains, as a possible alternative location for Kenny finding the M Cave. Reason being is because Kenny said he was near Nellis Air Force Base when he found the M Cave, and Nellis Air Force Base is here, which is at least 20 miles away from Mojave Canyon, so that's a bit dodgy, isn't it? So if something was here, like the cave, as I said, there's a possible underground entrance. Don't know why there would be, but because this is the thing we've got to acknowledge. One, they're most likely hidden, but also two, they're probably not going to show up on Google Earth as easy as certain objects because of the shaping, the angling of it. It is shadows that can disguise things as well, cover stuff up, fill things in, make it dark. So it can be a bit tricky. I mean, one that was kind of prominent and showed was that Antarctica video I did. The Antarctic with that potential cave, secret underground lair. Although it wasn't 3D, it was like, what do you call it, a semicircle or something? Like an igloo type entrance. And it was a bit lighter in colour inside, so it looked like ice. It was like, it just looked like there was an entrance. I can't really say the same for here, unless you might have seen something. But yeah, interesting though. Look at it from that angle. I probably will return back to another map analysis video in the future because there is a recommendation for something else, but that can be done for a later date, okay? So we'll leave it there for now. So yeah, that was the tunnel theory concept. Does it have any ties, links with the M Cave itself or the mine shaft? Mainly because when the line's drawn from base to base, those key locations show up in between, near or on top of. So, worth covering. In honesty, on this channel at least, me personally, I've not talked too much about tunnels and entrances, mainly probably because there wasn't, proper footage, hike footage to suggest that sort of stuff, aside from caves, okay? But you never know, things might change in the future. You can leave a comment down below. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.